Hello everybody, good to see you back once again. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to take and I'm going to run a test on Cinebench R23 on my i5 2400 Gen 3 Intel computer with Dell. It's a Dell computer, the Optiplex 790, and I'm gonna run that against I'm gonna run it against my new computer with the Ryzen R5 5600G, and I'm gonna compare the notes and then see which one runs better. But I'm gonna take y'all along with me, so do stick around for this, and on with the show. Alrighty, after running the Cinebench R23 test on both computers, I wanted to see which one was going to do better than the other. Well, they didn't do too bad, but they didn't do that great. But just to say, I run them both on a 10-minute test. I kind of jumped forward so that way y'all didn't have to go through the length time of the test. So what I come up with is that the Ryzen 5 5600G came up with a whopping at 4.273.7 megahertz. It ran at a whopping 164.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and it pulled out about 77.958 watts total package power. But individual power, they're all running at approximately 11 watts apiece from what this is saying. I'll go ahead and I'll post it right there on the screen for you so you can see what it is. It seems that after running a 10-minute test on the Cinebench R23, I came up with the score of 10,638. Looking on the charts, now it beat out the 8-core 16 thread at 2.3 gigahertz, the Intel Core i9 9880H CPU. So that's like one step away from the Threadripper 1950X at 16-C, and that is 16,315. So I was only like maybe 6,000 points off from hitting Threadripper. But that's not good. You'll definitely see the post on this. But on the other hand, the Intel Core i5 2400, sadly, it's only 4 cores and it's running at 3.1 gigahertz. The score was 2219, but it was running up to a 4-core 8-thread at 1.69 gigahertz, 11th gen Intel Core i7 1165G7 at 15 watts. But just to say, with the i5 2400, it ran on HW Info, from what it shows, that the core clocks were hitting at 3,190.4 megahertz, and it was running at 100% utilization with temperatures at 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So between the temperature on both, they're only about 4-degree difference. Can't figure that one out, but they're both running on air coolers. They're not running on anything else. They don't have no water-cooled coolers or nothing. They're just plain air coolers on both. From what I see is that there's definitely an 8,000 point difference between the two. But the whole point of this is for me to see what both of these computers are doing, because I use them every day, you know, in gaming and stuff. So I want to see what they were doing between, you know, one and the other. But the CPU package on the i5 2400, the total package was 55.532 watts. So that was pulling 55.53 watts. On the other hand, the Ryzen 5 5600G, it was pulling 77.95 watts. So about 77 watts on one, 55 on the other, only a 20 watt difference. And they're definitely different between a Gen 3 and a Ryzen 5000. There's definitely a difference between the two, but there's only a 20 watt difference. Power wise, you know, megahertz wise, one was pulling 1,000 more than the other, just to first say. So in difference, yeah, there's maybe a 56% difference between the two. The i5 5600 pulls 56% more, does 56% more than the i5 2400. So all in all, the test results came out the way I expected, but I'd rather test this, you know, in time. I want to test this Ryzen 5 5600G against a higher CPU like the 5700G and so on. But anyway, I just figured I'd run this small test to y'all and figure that you get a, you know, insight. Them first timers get an insight of, you know, the difference between running a slower computer to a faster computer. Basically, a $400 computer versus a $200 computer, I would say. But anyway, like and subscribe, and if you first time to my channel, definitely watch the other videos. That way you get an insight of what's going on. But it looks like we got more to do here, so y'all have a fine day, and thank you for watching, and keep up the smiles and good times all around. And remember, this is just my review of my equipment. This is not a review of everybody else's stuff. This is just my stuff only. So you're just getting a review of my stuff that I have. But until the next time, we will see you then. Bye-bye.